Good evening everyone and welcome back to the Dafabet GPL 2024 as we see Carpe Giants against Med Vikings. Kabir Mapuri and Harry Pyle open the batting, Samas Boda open the bowling as per usual, as we're just waiting to get underway here. Shouldn't be long now. It's the umpire, Harsh Magnet or Mangat, so to play, and we are away. First ball. Well bowled from Sam, well left from Cabs. Solid start. Obviously, Med Vikings in a bit of the top of the table clash with the Lathbury Lightning for who can finish at the top at the end of this tournament and book their spot in the ECL 2025. Very exciting. Usual captain Manav Nayak back behind the stumps. Expect him to bowl later and maybe a switch. And they've got a pretty good team, have the Vikings. It's Cabs, just runs it down to deep third man, Jim Riley, doing the work down there. And we're underway with a 1. Harry Pyle taking strike now. Let's see how he does. Obviously in the Gibraltar national team recently in the tour to Romania. Earned his spot, and let's see how he goes in this game. Deep third man, deep backward point for him. Pretty sensible field for both these batsmen, I think. Samath, nice and straight, follows through nicely. It's on the dot ball. Giants with apart from the usual, no, not the usual captain, but the usual national team captain Avinash Pai, pretty much full strength, I think. Or not, as I'm being informed. But it should hopefully still be a good game. As it's respectfully played from Harry Pyle. Just keep them out, being a bit watchful at the start. You can afford to do that. No problem. Little field change here. They've got a deep square. They've brought deep third man in. Harry does like to pull quite a bit, so not a bad field change. Gives Samoth a bit of protection on the leg side. As we see if he can get a wicket in this first over, because that would be very, very vital for the Vikings. And just popped up into cover, sharp from Jamie Riley. Goes to the keeper's end. And now both batsmen off the mark, as we have 1 ball to come in this over. It's been a good start for the Vikings, only 2 off it. Nothing really getting away from them. Deep square comes in and deep third gets sent back out for Cabs. See if Samath can just find that probing length that he's been working on. Expect Jamie Riley to probably bowl the next over as well. Samath comes in for his last ball. That's just blocked out by Cabs. And at the end of the first over, the Med Vikings are 2 for none. Quite a quiet start for the Giants, not taking too many risks early. Obviously they're top batsman really. Ian Latine still at number 3, he's still to come. I know Mark Gowers can hit a big ball as well. Mark Garrett, great cover drive. Known as one of the best in Gibraltar actually. So still plenty of batting to come. As we see, as expected, Jamie Riley coming left arm round the wicket, as he likes to do now. Come from behind the umpire almost. Into Harry Pyle. It's a dot to start. Looked like he lost his run up a little bit there, but still followed through with it. See Teo fielding at deep backward point. Teo Ataloye back in the Viking squad. Should be good to see him back on the park again, hopefully. Probably with the ball in his hand and definitely with the bat in his hand. Harry and Manav both miss a full toss. They'll go through for 4 byes, or 4 no balls it's been called. Now, that is an interesting call. Missed by both the keeper and the batsman. That won't please Manav Nayak, because that will go down as byes. Almost at the amount of byes that Chris Pyle has racked up for Gibraltar so far. We won't talk about that. It's Jamie Riley in for the free hit here. What can Harry Pyle do? As it looks like Richard Cunningham has lost his chalk. Stand the umpire, obviously Harsh Mangat and Richard Cunningham as the 2 umpires today. We go again with the free hit. And Harry Pyle tries to go big, just misses out. Must have just gone over leg stump, according to that line. If not, I would have thought it was a wide, but unlucky not to make connection, because deep square was up and there's no one out on the leg side. So if you got any bat on it, probably would have gone. These games obviously proving good practice for the Gib squad. As Jamie Riley comes back in, dropped and run from Harry Pyle. Just scampers through for the 1. But these games, and obviously the games coming up this weekend as well, there's 4 games I believe in the GPL this weekend, proving as good match practice and middle time for the Gibraltar national team as they prep for their tour to Germany for the ICC qualifiers in a couple of weeks. So hopefully other national team players can get some good time in the middle and get some overs in their legs. So Kabir Mirpuri, one of those players, chops down to point, gets another one. One of Kabir's signature shots, that dab to point and the drop and run to cover. Yeah, doesn't have the slog in his arsenal. Has the scoop as well, the Joss Butler-esque scoop. Whips out every once in a while. Jamie Riley bounds in for his last ball of this over. It's punched out to cover to Matt Whelan for a single, and that ends the over. 4 off it, not including the no balls. My mistake. 1 to come. As see if Jamie Riley can clean up this over with a wicket. They'd love to break this opening partnership early. Just drifts down the leg side for a wide. Interesting to see how Mirpuri approaches this, whether he just wants to get some time in the middle, bat the 20 overs. Most likely his approach to this innings. As we'll see, Jamie Riley try and close out this over now. 11 for none. 1 to come in the second. Drops and runs again to point. Teo, as I mentioned earlier, and that will be the end of the second over. Score moved up to 12 for none. And I'd imagine it would be Sam Althboda to come back in for his second. Big ins for the Med Vikings. Obviously Charlie Packard back into the squad after missing last game. Very big name for them. Takes care of a lot of their run scoring, and obviously their usual skipper Manav Nayak has returned from his travels and is back in the squad, so expect him to bat quite high up the order. Samath to Cabs, and Cabs drops and runs to cover again. Might get old saying that on the commentary, but we'll have to see. We're only into the third over. Hopefully Kabir Puri can show us some good shots in his arsenal. Scoop, try and be positive and hit the ball hard, play everything on merit, find some gaps. That would be nice to see. Just time a few balls. Harry Pyle, that's nice. Could call for 2 here, but not gonna opt for that. No need to. Sensible at the start. It's good from Harry Pyle. If you can just convert those blocks into ones, there's a big gap on the leg side where you can drop and run, and Cabs will be responsive. So if you can just do that and keep the strike rotating, not take up too many dot balls, and that would be the most ideal reality for the Giants at the minute. until they both get their iron and can start finding the boundary a bit more often. Slow ball from Sam, just loses it down the leg side. Let's see who we've got here. We've got quite a good inner wing, to be fair. Got Matt Whelan at cover, Teo Ataloya at point. Charles Packard doing the sweeper on the leg on the offside. Out a deep backward point. Good area to have a fielder for Cabs and Harry Pyle actually. They both like to play that late cut. So Manav taking everything into account. So Cabs goes again, hits straight to mid-off, could have a go here. Jamie Riley misses the stumps, but it's good sharp fielding. Good intent from Jamie Riley. Again, you can field, it's a nice carpet here, so you can really back yourself to get to the ball quickly and have a go as long as there's someone backing it up, which there was in Niall Garrett. 16 for none now. Steady start for the Giants. We see Samarth Boda coming in for the fourth ball the over. It just loses that one down the leg side. Straight to Charles Borrestero at short fine, who does very well to get it back in. That would just be one again. Let's see if either of these two can find the boundary in these power play overs. Obviously only two fielders out. So you'd want to make use of this time. Quite an important time in a T20 when you're batting, just to make use of those fielding restrictions. And the new ball as well comes on nicely to the bat. Let's see what we can do. Slight ball that. Something just coming across the sight screen. Well bowled from Samarth. Nice area, nice length. That length jumps up a bit here at Europa point, as he is forced to back up his own delivery. Still just ticking along the Giants, 18 for none now with one to come in the third. Can Harry Pyle find a boundary here? That would be much welcome to the Giants, just to maybe get a bit of momentum rolling. Saying that, this whole over, been runs scored off every ball. Nice strike rotation from these two. Bodo in for the last ball of his over. And Pyle tries to go for full toss. Jamie Riley again with brilliant work, and he's hit the stumps and it's out. Very good from Jamie Riley. Had a go with a similar sort of dismissal in a couple of balls ago even. Just missed the stumps narrowly, but that time no mistake. Straight in, hits the two stumps he had to see, and Harry Pyle is sent on his way. As the Giants now are 18 for 1 at the end of the third. As we'll see the Calpe Giants captain and the Gibraltar national team vice captain Ian Latine walk in to the crease. As you can see there, Ian Latine, the next man in. Some good numbers, but really he'd just like to find a bit of timing before Germany, just to get his eye in, get a good bit of match practice in. Always important for batsmen, just to get a bit of time in the middle. It's more important than any training session you'll do. You can see all the fielders everywhere. You can be in a match situation, bit of match intensity, you could say. So hopefully, hoping for good things here for Ian Latine. Hopefully I haven't just put the commentator's curse on him. These two both good with their running between the wickets, so there shouldn't be too many problems. At least we'd hope not to see that. Couple of ins for the Calpe Giants, a couple of youngsters. Caelan Jackson, Lucas Goulding. Hope to see them a bit later, potentially with the ball. Lucas Goulding also capable with the bat. He's a bit of a finisher. See, first ball from Riley. Nice pace. Good off the wicket. Manav takes it behind the stumps cleanly. It's a good start from Riley to Ladin. That is very true. Get back to that in a minute. Is Jamie Riley in for a second ball of the over? There's Latine. Bit of an outside edge to James Riley Senior out at deep third man. We'll get 2. A very good point being made there. Caelan Jackson as well in his last couple of games improved his batting quite a bit. Gone through the offside, scored a few boundaries over extra cover. Good to see the youngsters of Gibraltar cricket developing and hopefully see them continue to improve. The team goes through the offside, through cover point. Charles Packard out there wouldn't take an extra to his arm. Tidy start. Nice to just get some bat on ball for the team. 3 off 3, run a ball so far. Score is 21 for 1. Again, they just like to find the boundary a little bit. Get a couple of boundaries here in the next couple of overs. Just push that score up to mid-30s, touching 40s, and that would be considered a pretty good power play for the loss of only 1 wicket. Cabs. Potentially a run there. A team at the non-strikers then didn't fancy it. Communication between these two. Plenty of support around the ground as well. All the players know each other very well, all very close with each other, so not going to be any issues there. Solid block there from Kabir Mirpuri. Just needs to see if he can just convert these dots that he gets into ones. I know he's just tried with the ball before, but if he can be 9 off 10 here rather than 6 off 10, he'd be a much happier man, I think, watching this back. Oof, bit of bounce from Jamie Riley. It's well played from Cabs in the end, just jumped on him a little bit, guided it down to deep third man. And that will be the end of the 4th over. Score is now 22 for 1. Good over there from Riley. Manav Naik, the wicketkeeper and captain, just discussing with his bowlers what he's expecting and what plans they'd like put in place. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Andy Reyes come on soon. Very handy bowler. That's a lot of wickets. Obviously Samath Boda and Jamie Riley using the new ball. But wouldn't be surprised to see potentially Andrew Reyes as first change, maybe Wheeler as a second change. Charles Packard potentially bowling this game as well. Niall Garrett, they've got a lot of options at the Vikings. Samath Boda continues for 3rd. So another dot for Mirpuri. Lovely day in Gibraltar today, not a cloud in sight up at the Europa Sports Complex. No problems with any weather coming up soon. Should have a full game of cricket here. You see Boda in for a second ball of the over. It's a nice slow ball, he's got him. Very well bowled from Boda. Again, Kabir Mirpuri just looking to prop forward and jam down on it. Samath does him with the slower ball. Score moves on to 22 for 2. And both the openers have now departed. Ben Wood, the next man in. More known for bowling, I believe, but also a handy bat. So he's a good hockey player, I've been told, so obviously natural hand-eye coordination comes into it there. Wouldn't be surprised to see him strike a clean ball now. Haven't seen too much of him, but if he's a good hockey player, then he'll have good contact with the ball, I'd imagine. You see Mark Gow's been getting padded up. Would love a few runs with Mark Gow's. Currently in a race to 100 international runs with Matt Whelan and Chris Pyle of the Gibraltar national team. Obviously a very intense race. Chris Pyle, I think, might win it, just based on the fact that he does bat 10 places higher than Mark Gow's. But we'll have to see. Should be a close contest. Gow's ahead of the run count at the minute, but potentially resorting to counting his GPL runs towards it. See Ben Wood face up. Sam Boda using that slower ball nicely. Getting Kabir Mabur, catching him out, but see his first ball to Ben Wood. Goes for the same again. Nice little Yorker, but it's well played from Ben Wood. Just gets one into the leg side and gets Ian Latine back on strike. A lot rides on Ian Latine now already, unfortunately, and 4.3 overs in. He may be required to play a pretty substantial innings here. It's well struck from Ian Latine, but a bit of contact from Sam Boda, and let's see what the umpire decides here. Walking over to the square leg umpire, even though it is his decision to make. Let's see what they both confer about. But if Samarth Boda did touch this, I wasn't really watching the non-striker's end, but it may be quite close. I mean, Boda knows he's got a hand on it, so it's just a matter of whether the non-striker was out of his crease or not. But it doesn't seem like he'll be given out. Good there, nothing to worry about. Both umpires are comfortable that the non-striker was in his ground, so the game moves on. Top ball, rather eventful one. Boda in again, wraps Latine on the pads. Bit of an appeal, but good decision. I think Ian Latine just needs to enjoy his innings here and not think too much about game situation and things like that. If he plays his normal game, just enjoys having a bit of time in the middle, should be okay. Very good player. There's no reason why he can't score some runs here and make a substantial dent in the Vikings' hopes. Another slower ball from Samarth. It's landing in a very good area at the minute. That's a really good finish, really good over in fact. 1 for 1 that over with the wicket of Kabir Mirpuri. Very good start now, I'd have to say, for the Vikings. 5 overs through, and the Giants 23 for 2 with both openers back in the shed. Trying to get Kabir Mirpuri to come up and say a few words potentially about how the team are and upcoming international cricket for the national team, and also just talk about what we thought about his dismissal. Let's see if he comes up. Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's gone the other way. But we'll hopefully get a hold of him later to ask a couple of questions. And it is Andy Reyes coming on from as first change. Anyone interested in the Euros football at the minute? It is 1-1 between England and Denmark with 20 minutes, probably 25 minutes left to go. So very crucial group stage match for England. As we're back here in Gibraltar, and it's hit straight over Andy Reyes' head down to long off. Misfielded from Samarth, but Jamie Riley backs up very well. Keeps it to just 1. Very good from Jamie Riley that. Had he not been there, that was 4. Reyes back for a second. As the team just uses his feet, comes down the track, just works into the leg side for one. Only 2 fielders on this leg side, well, disregarding short fine leg. But there's a mid-wicket and a square leg in place, no one in the deep, so if it is straying down that leg side, you'd expect the team at least to catch up with this. Ben Wood just rocks back, keeps that ball out. It's well bowled from Andy Reyes in a good spot. Andy Reyes in for his 4th delivery, gets through them quickly, and it's a good loud call from Ian Latine at the non-striker's end. Hit straight to point. Ben Wood was looking for it, but the team knew he'd be struggling if he went. So nicely played. Probably could have been one there, just based on the fact that Teo Ataloya at point was moving to his left, and he had to dive a little bit for it, but not too bad. You'd understand that Ian doesn't want to get himself run out at this stage of the game. Just 1 ball to come this over for Reyes, and Ben Wood hits it over mid-wicket, nicely timed, and that will be the first boundary of the innings for the Giants. Apologies. Much needed, I'd have to say. At the end of the power play, Giants are 29 for 2. It'll be Samoth Boda to finish his spell. Quite a responsible decision, I think, because he has been suffering with a bit of shoulder pain recently, so if you can just get his overs out of the way and make him not have to warm up all over again and everything like that, then that is the most ideal reality. As you see, obviously the end of the power play now, a couple of field changes, bit of a swap between mid-wicket and square leg. As we see Niall Garrett go out to cow corner. Cow long on, long off. Deep third man and a sweeper on the offside. Standard T20 field, really. Just needs to hope that Samoth Boda doesn't go down straight down the leg side too much. That area behind square is open, very open. It's a good start. It's a nice area. Respectfully played from Ian. That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, fielding restrictions have dropped a little bit now, but still, if you can just find singles everywhere at the start of your innings. Yeah, there are gaps available, even in the power play. If you have a responsive non-striker, they should be good to go. So you just see there Ian just drop into the offside for 1. Samoth in for his 2nd ball of his last over. Just catches Ben Wood, potentially for a bit of pace. Prodding with his hands with that one a little bit. Let's have a look at the chat. See if anyone's saying anything useful. Nope, nothing. Samoth in for another slow ball, and he's got another one with it. Almost a carbon copy apart from the shot, but it's identical balls from Samoth Boda to get both of his wickets. It's coming out well at the minute, very good signs. Coach Samir Nayak asking Samoth Boda to bowl this game, and he is a bit of a genius, and it has worked out again. Samoth bowling well, good bit of confidence knowing that he can do this when he didn't really want to. You see Mark Gowes, as I mentioned earlier, coming in. Ben Wood not too happy with his dismissal. Maybe just feeling that he got deceived by that ball. But this now becomes a very vital partnership. These two, don't want to be too harsh, but probably your 2 last recognised batsmen at this level. Mark Gowes can hit a long ball. Does he have the temperament today just to bat for a bit? Just sort of hit the ball, see where it ends up. Not just go from ball one. He'll have to respect Samarth Boda at first, but he is more than capable of doing so. As Viking continue their good start, I must say. He does respect it, and if it's a quick single. If Mark Gowes is getting quick singles in the ring, I think your ring fielders need to be a bit more on their toes, I think. That shouldn't really be one, but a good call from Ian. Very soft hands from Mark Gowes, so gets through comfortably in the end. It's been a very good spell from Boda. 2 for 11 off his nearly whole spell. He just loses it with his length and down the leg side, but gets away with it. The team didn't quite catch on to that. Bit of a top edge, just ballooned to short fine leg. Charlie Borrestero, the beast, doing the cleaning up. One ball to come in this spell from Boda. Let's see if he can finish off with a wicket here. It's well played from Gowes. Very good. Hits it straight to Whelan, who does have a go, but Gowes safely home at that point. It's a good spell from Samarth Boda. 4 overs, finishes with 2 for 13. Economical. Got some good wickets. Bowled in some nice areas, so what more can you ask, really? As I've just got Kabir Mirpuri to come over in a couple of minutes, talk us through a few things, a bit of interaction hopefully. Let's see how Gowes approaches taking on Andy Reyes. Will he try and go for it? Keep you up, as I not keep you up with the scoreboard at the minute. I need to make sure I do that. In for his first. And Gowes does go big first ball, straight as an arrow, and it's 4 for Gowes. Clean strike. One of his 4 bats is working. One moves on to 37 now. 37 for 3 off 7. Just a bit of impetus lacked in the power play, I think. A couple of boundaries in there, a bit. Oh, it goes again. Should only be 1 to Niall Garrett, and it is. No, just lacked a couple of boundaries really. They rotated the strike decently, but again, just a couple of boundaries with that new ball with the fielders up. Just went a bit amiss. Ian respectfully plays it, but still scrambles a run from it. It's good if these two can just tick along for a bit. You know, Gowes won't hang around really, so he'll get the odd boundary here and there if he stays in. The runs will hopefully just start flowing, which is what it's lacked a bit at the minute. It's been a bit start-stop. As I say that, swings across the line, and Mark Gowes has been bowled by Andrew Reyes. It's now 4 down, 39 for 4. The Giants will have to recover, I think, now. Not their ideal batting choice at the pitch, but Latin is still there. As long as he's there, there is hope to post a good score, I think. Very capable. As we just see a bit of a wicketkeeper change. Obviously, Manav Nayak, usually a bowler, So would love to bowl his allocation of 4 overs, and I believe we will see him do that if this innings lasts that long. While we wait for the new batsman to come in, obviously keep an eye on the England-Denmark score. Still 1-1, no changes in that. 8 minutes to go of the regular time. I haven't been watching, so I don't know how much time they'll be added on. But in case anyone's interested, it is still 1-1. As we head back to the cricket here, the new man in, Shanujan. Handy, can hold the bat. Just needs to focus on rotating strike, I feel here. Making sure it doesn't all dry up. Not putting the England team under too much pressure. Vikings very vocal now, broken through a couple of times, so can't really blame them. Obviously big for the title charge here for the Med Vikings. They've got a very good squad. Andy Reyes comes in, just traps Shanujan on the back foot. Yeah, Med Vikings, very good squad, very solid squad. Got a lot of good cricketers in there, so you know, as a winning team for the GPL, it wouldn't be the worst option to have in the ECL, the Med Vikings. Saying that, as a Lathbury Lightning player myself, I would like them to go through. As Shanujan tries to go big, he's sort of landed it in no man's land. It'll be a very eventful single in the end. As over is called by umpire Richard Cunningham. That's the end of the 8th. Score is 40-4. So yeah, obviously ECL 2025, the big goal for this competition. If you win that, go to the ECL, which obviously all the teams would love to do, but there are only 2 in the running. Is the Lathbury Lightning and the Mediterranean Vikings. As I mentioned, obviously both teams would do well. Obviously Gibraltar's last representations have been the Lathbury Lightning and the Calpe Giants in the last 2 years. Both times reached the final stage, both times won their eliminator. Just failed at that qualifier spot to get into the final. So 2 third places in the last 2 years in their groups. Obviously for Gibraltar cricket it would be great to go one step further and get into that group final. As we do see Manav Nayak here, it's nicely driven through the offside from Shanujan. They should get 2 easily. I say that. 2 is turned down. The team may be wanting to strike a bit. Feels like he could line Manav up a little bit. Very clever bowler, Manav, though. It's a dot. Great to see Manav back. Very clever leggy. And that's another single to cover. Whelan just defending to stick the long barrier down. Falls of it's coming. There is. You do feel that with Shanujan there. It won't be a case of strike rotating. He wants to play his shots. As Manav, very clever, just slows it up. It's a wide ball, but you can see the thought process there. Another dot. It's Shanujan on the pads. Bit of an inside edge first, I think. Still 1-1 for England-Denmark. Anyone watching at home who's interested in that? Shanujan goes over the offside. Actually, no, he hasn't. He's gone straight to Manav Nayak, who takes a simple caught and bowled. And the Giants are now struggling big time as they're 5 down for 43. .43 for 5 now. As we see, Manav, one ball to come in his over after this wicket is recorded. It's Mark Garrett, President of Gibraltar Cricket, going into bat next. Vikings will be elated with this performance so far. Very good for the title charge for them. Mark Garrett, the next man in. As we have a special guest, Mr. Kabir Mirpuri.
Hello, Louis Bruce.
How are we
Hello,
today?
Everyone.
Manav in for his last ball, the over. Just a quicker one down the leg side. Just want to rush Mark for a bit of pace there, I think. Any thoughts on your dismissal, Cabs? We'll get to it after this over. Just fended out from Mark Garrett. That's the end of a good first over for the skipper. I have to say, from here on, as you can see, not too much to write home about. A bit of a phone number at the minute, but you'd have to say now the Giants struggling quite a bit. They'd look for anything really. Well, they're just looking to bat the 20 overs, I think, at this point, and just see where they can get to. Lateen holds the key, but we'll have to see how far he can go and how big of a score he can notch up today. As Kabir Mirpuri.
He's definitely due a score, so hopefully he gets one today.
Thoughts on your dismissal, Kabir?
Slow ball. I picked it, but kind of yoked myself. Front foot didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Pretty horrible transfer now. Yeah. Oh, he's put it down.
Put it down. Fun fact: he's only started dropping catches recently. We had a training session the other day. It's the first time I've seen him drop them in a while. So got the catching yips at the minute. Does Niall Garrett? Hands on hips. Hands on hips. For anyone interested in that football score, it is 1-1 still at full time.
1-1.
Don't know how much added time is being put on here, but England not living up to their pre-Euros hopes at the minute. Not going to lie. Andy Ray is in for his second ball, I think. Straight to Matt Whelan, cover. Oh, it's good from Reyes. Lands it on the spot. Known as the bowling machine here in Gibraltar, just for his consistency. Just land it in that same area all the time. Big appeal from all the Vikings, turned down from umpire Richard Cunningham. Not having any of it. They can try and turn him over, but it's not gonna slide past him. As that one, there's no decision to be made from Richard Cunningham as it cleans Mark Garrett up. Score moves on now, 45 for 6. It's not a pretty reading for the Giants. So, Kabir, just while you're here, obviously this innings doesn't look like it will last very long, unless Lateen holds the strike, but how are we feeling about Germany and Gibraltar's overall chances and vibes going to Germany?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Germany, big tournament for us, I think. Have a chance to score some good ranking points. Excitement as usual. Just want to get there now, I guess.
Yeah.
With it being a couple of weeks away.
Can't wait for the time to roll around. 2.5 weeks, roughly. 2 weeks, really. Leave in a couple of Fridays, but be a good challenge for Gibraltar cricket, I think, and it'll be good to see where they're at in comparison to where they were 2 years ago when we went to Belgium for the last World Cup qualifiers. As 45 for 6 now, Manav Nayak coming on for his second over. This has been the end of the over from Andrew Reyes. A lot of this now down to Ian Latine. Good battle this, leg spinner against leg spinner. Manav very clever, Latine will use his feet quite a bit. Manav will know that. Big gap over extra cover. Latine tries to find it, and he has.
Run hard!
It's 2 added onto the scoreboard. You know, being a Puri Kalpe Giants player, so very passionate about his team, running hard for that 2.
Want to get that team back on strike as much as we can, really. That's the aim of the game now.
Yep, understandable.
If you can get a couple of overs, a couple of good overs in, just try and get the total up as much as possible.
Shot. Great shot.
Boy, in.
Really good shot. Uses his feet, almost flat bats it for 6. Very well timed from Ian Latine. Again, just time in the middle. Invaluable time in the middle before Germany's tour. What's Manav's response here? Does he go for a quick one or does he slow it up all the way? Just tries to slow it up. It's on the pad. Appeal for bat onto pad into keeper's gloves, but nothing from umpire Harsh Mangat.
I feel like he would have wanted to get bat on that.
Yeah, it would have felt like he missed out there.
Side.
It's really nice from Manav. Nice area, nice pace. Simple single for Latine out to that cover sweeper. Charlie Packard. Nothing too complicated at the minute. Game situation sort of speaks for itself. They just need to bat a little bit. Just try and put as many runs on as they can. It's the quicker one from Nayak. Beats him for pace. Very clever. He knows what he's doing. Never loses that cricket brain. As anyone who is watching, who's interested, 1-1 full time Denmark-England. So a draw for the tournament potential favourites. As Manav Nayak goes really slow, that ball, quicker followed by slower. It's a very good end to his over. Dot. As the Giants are 54 for 6 after 11. 9 off that over. I'm being reliably informed. As we see Matt Whelan get the ball. Potentially Gibraltar's favourite bowler, Matt Whelan. Great action. You know, gets a lot of turn, bounce on the ball. No, I've been completely done. It's not Matt Whelan coming on to bowl. It is Niall Garrett, young Niall Garrett. Or is it Matt Whelan? I'm so confused, but we're going to have to see. It looks like it's going to be Niall Garrett. No, it's going to be Matt Whelan. Niall Garrett moving to the cover position where Whelan just was. Wow, that was confusing. But no, good decision. Matt Whelan coming on, can definitely make a breakthrough here, gets lots of turn and bounce. Obviously has that X factor about him. Probably the best off spinner in Gibraltar, I'd say. Apart from obviously. Oh, only messing. Or am I? Comes in for his first ball. Latine uses his feet. First ball, will he beat the 2 straight fielders? No, 2 youngsters. Not going to beat them. Manav Nayak, Jamie Riley down at long on, long off. Not going to get past them anytime soon. Got to hit it very well to do so. There's another run onto the board. Can Whelan just find his length, find his spot? It's a good start. Just one out to Andy Reyes, out of deep mid wicket. Obviously, Niall Garrett moving to cover. Niall Garrett without sunglasses and without a cap, so he would be ruining the fact that he's feeling at cover right now. That sun setting straight in his eyes. nevertheless, has a job to do, as do all the players here. As the team does get hold of one, goes over short fine leg. Anything short, anything down the leg side is going to go. And the team catches up with it, gets 4 more. Some vital runs. As you can hear, a lot of support for the team. Very popular figure here in Gibraltar cricket. Obviously the captain of this team, the vice captain of Gibraltar cricket national team. You know, a lot of responsibility, and it's good to see him. Good to see him when he does perform. He's been looking good recently. Always looks very good in training. He's made a couple of good scores recently, so hopefully some good stuff to come. He pulls that hard into the leg side. Should be Andy Reyes. Does beat Andy Reyes. Another 4 into the leg side. Finds the gap between Long On and Cow. The score just moving along now. 64 for 6. Whelan just dropping a little bit short in those last 2 balls. He needs to let it come out of his hand nicely. Just finish his action. Just land it in his spot. Let the ball do the work. Lots of support for Whelan. Very popular character. Comes in for his 4th. It's well played from Ian. He'll get 1. Can't imagine he'll be too desperate to get another run this over. Just stay at the non-strikers and be on strike for the next one. It's been a good over though. 11 off it with 1 to come. Can Bradley Holt just get 2, 4 or 6 this ball? Ian does run the single. Does run the signal, recognises that there's going to be an extra ball because of the wide. Should get 1 here and just look to get back on strike. Just punches that into cover. End of the over. Matt Whelan concedes 14 off that one. Vikings move on to 69 for 6. Or is it 68 for 6? Yeah, it is 68 for 6. Apologies for the commentator's terrible counting. Yeah, last over for Andy Reyes coming up. 2 for 14, again very economical, same as Samuel Boda at the top. Like to finish here with either getting Latine out or just keeping him quiet this over. Just feel like momentum's starting to build a little bit. Kabir Mirpuri trying to be a guest commentator from about 20 metres away. He is saying that Ian is capable of getting onto a good score. We all know that. Very capable batsman. As long as lives the game, just Kabir Mirpuri. Every second of it. Wants big things from the team here. Can he deliver? He goes big into the leg side. Good shot. Lovely and straight. Straight over the bowler's head. Another 6 for Ian. Things you love to see. No bias in that comment from me. Just want to see my national team counterpart do well, and it's been very good because he trains so hard. You just want to see him score the runs he deserves to score, really. Hopefully he can take some confidence from these GPL games coming up. Obviously playing today and this weekend. Hopefully he can take that confidence into that Germany tour. Good start to the over. Can Andy Reyes come back? Does. Drops it short into the, and Ian just rocks back, drops it into the leg side. 1 out to Matt Whelan at Cow now.
Keep rotating, no risks, fellas.
Field change here, Man of Night comes up, obviously. Don't want to concede a 1 here, you want to keep Ian off strike if anything. Partnership moves on to 30 off 15 balls, obviously the team contributing quite a lot of that. All but 1. Bradley Holt does his job well, gets Latine back on strike, plays it out to the sweeper. Score moves on to 76 or 77, depending on. As it may be out, and it is out. Great catch from Teo Ataloya at backward point. And there you just feel the game changes again. The team finding a bit of momentum and getting out. Big moment here in this game. Big moment for the Giants, big moment for the Vikings. 76 for 7. It's the youngster Lucas Goulding walking out to the crease. Lucas Goulding, new man in. We see Andy Reyes picking up his 3rd of this innings. Always very handy as Andy Reyes in Gibraltar. Takes wickets for fun here. He's been doing well for the national team as well recently, bowling very well. Gotten a couple of chances with the bat as well, up the order. So it's very good from Andy. Worked again, such a hard worker. Him and the team, probably the 2 hardest workers in the national team, and you know the results show for it. Can Reyes clean up the tail in his last 2 balls? Well, not fully obviously, but just take 1 more in his last. Finish with a 4. Be happy. As Lucas plays back to a very full one. Don't really know how that's missed, nor does anyone else. Manav Nayak has only just got up off his haunches from disbelief of how that's missed the stumps. Gives Sam Arthbode a nice smack in the head as well, as your skipper does. Very nice of him. Reyes for his last ball of the over. Last ball of his spell. And it goes through the keeper and the slips. Big chase on for deep 3rd and the slip and first slip, and ball's going to win the race. 4 byes for Sam Arthbode. Again, all the keepers in Gibraltar trying to keep up with Chris Pyle when it comes to the bye count is very tough. But they're trying their best. A couple of 4 byes here from the keepers. This will be the end of the over. Handy 4 byes, and the Giants move on to 80 for 7 off their 13 overs. Apologies if I go silent in some times. I'm doing scoreboard as well, so I need to make sure I keep up with that for the players' benefit. Can't all be about the public. As that over's rotated quickly. Manav Nayak back in. Out to Mike Lamin. His first appearance, I think his first touch of the ball today, actually. Good to see him on the park. Always very committed as Mike Lamin. Loves his golf as well, as do a lot of us. Good bit of entertainment. Nayak just losing it down the leg side. Not ideal. Bowling at the tail now. You don't really want to be giving away extras. He'll know that. Doesn't need me to tell him, that's for sure. It's well played. Well played from Goulding. Responsible cricket. Let's just have a look at the comments and see what everyone's saying. Let's see if you're all being chatty in the chat. Yeah, you are. About all the right things. There's this one, just to Matt Whelan at mid-wicket. I would have thought that they want to squeeze the field a little bit, but Manav Nayak knows his bowling, doesn't decide to. The chat looking great as always. Let's see, everyone putting in their opinions. There's another dot ball passes through. Manav Nayak shoots through his overs quickly. As good spinners do, they get through their overs quickly, don't give the batsman time to think really. 2 balls left to come. Really slows it up. It's very clever. Knows that Goulding's eyes will light up. Just challenges him. Got to catch him mid-wicket in place. Good stuff from Nyack. Like he never left. Always amazes me how good the chat is. As it's a dot ball to finish, Goulding leaves it alone, and that'll end the over. 14 overs gone, score moves on to 84 for 7. I reckon if the Giants can just keep batting, get up to a score, push that score over 100, 110. Not ideal, but it's something to defend. It's gone quite well. Again, going quiet, I am, to do the scoreboard. I'd like to obviously thank Dafabet for their continued support of this league. Obviously, had this league for I think 2 years now. I'm very good supporters of it, so thank you Dafabet for your continued support. Whelan does come on again. Went for 14 in his first. Bradley Holt wanted to hit him over mid-off there. Interesting to see, no long on, and you couldn't even call it a mid-on. Manav almost at silly mid-on. It's a nice cut shot from Bradley Holt. Obviously sweepers in by quite a long way. But no, Manav Nayak's almost... Manav Nayak's almost just put himself at a short mid-on. It's a bit of a hybrid position, just a bit past the stumps. Another dot ball for Whelan. Nayak goes back to the ring now. 3 balls left in the over, so no need to risk a boundary. Swab bowled from Whelan. One off 8 for Goulding. Just needs to look to rotate a little bit. Doesn't need to go for a boundary every ball. As that is potentially a drop from Sam Alberta. Not too much of a reaction. Oh, it's another edge to backward point. Teo does well, deals with the spin well. Nearly spun straight past him. So it's the end of the over. Good over from Whelan. Only 2 off it. 1 off it. And not too much to talk about. Nayak's going to finish off his spell here, as expected. Top edge from Bradley Holt. And Manav backs himself more than anyone in the field. Simple caught and bowled again. And another wicket falls, 85 for 8 now. Giants staring down the bottom of the barrel. It's Caelan Jackson, the next batsman in. Apologies to Caelan if you watch it back. Just obviously the situation now, 85 for 8. Not looking good. Need to be a pretty miraculous bowling performance, I'd say, from the Giants, but they are capable. Obviously, got the new defended 115 against the Lathbury Lightning actually, against our team. They'll all say they should have, but unfortunately didn't go their way. Just couldn't really cope with our unmatched skill in the end. I say that from the dugout, as I was one of the people who nearly bottled it. But clearly just pressure just got the better of them. Funny what pressure does, isn't it? Oh, risky. A bit of a hit and run, bit of a panic station moment there. And Caelan Jackson hits the ball and takes off, but no harm done. Goes quick again. Needs to just make sure he gets it straight instead of down the leg side. Just lets them see that ball.
Here.
Apologies for that. Scorer's getting mixed up. Manav throws up. Caelan goes up. Sitter for James Riley. Taken, an 85 for 9, or 86 for 9 it is now. Not looking good. Does mean that I will get to have a little bat downstairs after this and enjoy myself. Very good from the Vikings this. What you'd expect from a team of their quality again. Not even a full team, you'd have to say. Missing some big guns. Samir Nayak, Kieran Stagno, to name a couple.
Who are we missing, Louis?
Avinash Pai, quite a handy player. If only he knew how to hit the ball instead of punch it, then you would have an Avinash Pai, who did make the highest ever GPL score at the start of this season. 178 not out, I believe that was. With all the shots in the bag, all the tricks. But he is no longer here. Playing this game, still alive, but no longer here. Playing this GPL match. Can Manav Nayak just finish this innings off now? Alex Sawyer, another youngster, coming in. Loves a forward defence. Keeps him out. 86 for 9. Need to look to bat at the 20 here. Manav rushing through his over. Understands that he doesn't want to spend too much time out there. This is his last ball. It's just fended away to short fine leg. Charlie Boristero does the work, and it's the end of a very good spell from Manav Nayak. They're, as you can see there, top 3 bowlers. They've all bowled very well. Another over gone. 16 now gone. 86 for 9. Giants just looking for some hope. As we do see Teo Ataloya bowl, as I said earlier. Bowl some in-swingers. Lucas Goulding will just need to make sure he watches the ball here and not swing too hard. On to the next few games. Obviously we still have this one to go, but assuming Med Vikings win this game with their batting firepower, come back to it after this ball. Short ball, so wide. Looking to this weekend, obviously the Lathbury Lightning play all 3 teams this weekend, so good opportunity to string up a couple of good performances. As we've seen another wide, not runs you'd like to give away at this stage, but such is the sport. Just hoping to get one on line. This Teo, as he does there, it's just prodded out, bit of confusion, should be out, isn't out. I'm getting slated from one of the Calpe players, Mark Gowd, for my poor commentary, poor game analysis, clearly. It's another dot ball. Lucas pulls him to the leg side, just to 1, as the agile Mike Lamin works his way around from square leg to do the fielding. Down on it. 89 for 9, get up to 100, that would be the goal. Let's see. Can Teo take the last one in? Oh, it's nice. Just playing down the wrong line is Sawyer, expecting to swing a bit too much. Wide, still 2 balls to come. Plenty of support for the youngsters, obviously. Hoping they do well. Expect to see Alex Sawyer with the ball very happy. Flicked into the leg side, just for 1. Andy Reyes does hit the stumps from mid-wicket, and there could be another one on here, and there is. So interesting cricket happening. Don't know how much of that you could see on your screens, but Andy Reyes with a direct hit from short mid-wicket, hits the stumps, ricochets into a gap, and they get 2. Buzzers, as they call it. 92 for 9 with 1 ball to come. I think this one will be a wicket. I was wrong, it's wide. Another wide ball, just losing his line here is Teo. Giving away a few against the tail. Fended away by Alex Sawyer as they just throw it into the middle of the wicket. That could have, Man of Night just deciding to throw it. As we see him move over to square leg, maybe looking for some sunglasses. Just looking for a bit of water. Very thirsty, very hot out there, very humid in Gibraltar. Niall Garrett, young Niall Garrett into the attack. Good to see. Can he take the last wicket of the innings here? Short catching cover here. And it should be out to Charlie Packard, and it's dropped. You do not see that very often. Lucas Goulding, go and buy a lottery ticket, because that man does not drop too many. Especially not when they're that easy. Hard luck, Charlie. On to the next one. Unlucky. Wide ball. Nice to see Niall Garrett just following through though. It's nice. Good to see. Oh, it's nice. Good bounce to the pitch. Just wanting to go forward is Alex Sawyer. Looking back at this, he'll probably think he can go back to that one. Just rock back and play it pretty easily. Likes to get on the front foot though. Another one onto the front foot, and they do drop and run just a backward point. Mikey Lamin there, moved round. Good backing up from Charlie Borrestero as well, good to see. Still the Vikings keeping their standards up. Not letting it get sloppy. That's what they've done this whole innings really. They could have gone sloppy when they got the 5 down for nothing. 5 down for 40 odd I think it was. But they kept their standards up. Stayed alert in the field. Kept watching Manav Nayak as captain, moving the field around, and as a result of that, they've continued their dominance. Lucas Goulding tries to go over the offside, and Charlie Packard has dropped another one. Wow. That is... wow. A lot of chirp coming from the dugout. I mean, he has sunglasses on, but surely it's something to do with the sun, because I can't believe he's dropped 2 sitters like that. Wow, that's the most stunning thing that's happened this game. As Whelan takes a blinder at short mid-wicket, and that's the innings over. What a catch that is. Oh, from the not so great to the sublime. The Med Vikings, as I said, their fielding was good. Packard drops a couple of easy ones, and Whelan shows them how it's done. Just one for Chris Pyle to see there. That is the end of the innings. 100 all out. So he did make that 100 in the end. So it's a score. Not the best, but it is a score. Now join us back for this exciting run chase of this GPL match. Let's see if the Giants can make some early breakthroughs in the next innings. See you soon. Welcome back everyone to the second innings of this Dafabet GPL game between the Med Vikings and the Calpe Giants. Got your usual Med Vikings openers, Charlie Packard and Andy Reyes, both very good players, opening the batting. And it's Mark Gowers to open the bowling. Been bowling well recently, landing in some good spots, just swinging it away, getting a bit off the pitch, which is quite hard to do on an AstroTurf. As he comes in for his first ball of the innings. It's left alone from Packard. Harry Pyle behind the stump, standing up, as you'd expect. No offence, Gow's not of any real pace, so it's very beneficial for him to have the keeper up, I think. Especially if the keeper can take them comfortably. It's Packard into the offside. Should get two here. That's not two. Very comfortably. Packard off the mark. No surprise there. Let's hope his catching yips don't catch onto his batting. Very good player there. Very good level of cricket. See, probably very comfortable at this level. No one really troubling him. Just a fact of what sort of Charles Packard you get on the day, really. If he's in the zone and he's focused, you're in for a long one. Found out in that first game of the GPL. Well bowled from Gow's as well. Some good spots in a minute. Just getting some gentle away movement, using that new ball well. Again, also playing for Germany in July. So, good couple of overs under his belt here. We run down to third man. Initial score is low from Andy Reyes. Take off it. There's a run all day. Yeah, there's no one at backward point, third man that's really going to pick it up quick and hit the stump. So I think if you're backing up, there's always a run. Andy Reyes on strike now. That's in the first over. 3 for none. Tidy start from Gow's. But again, Vikings will not be too concerned really. With only 100 on the board. Nothing to worry about. Little 3-run over up top. Field. Coming in for his first ball now. Packard, good player of spin. Goes over, point, will spin away, and it should go for 4. And it does. 4 runs for Packard. He's away. Packard recently getting into tennis, I'm hearing. So, playing in some tournaments down at the local tennis club. Not doing very well from what he's telling me, but always good to diverse your sporting range. Clearly it's not affecting his batting, which is good to see. Oh, as I say that, Cubs beats on the outside. Quick from Harry Pyle behind the stumps as well, just flicking the bails off. flick off causes disruption. Square leg umpire, harsh man gap. Just getting the stumps rearranged, making sure they're all good. We should be okay to continue now. Playing with the bails on here today, obviously a rare occurrence in Gibraltar with the wind. Packard blocks straight back to Mapuri. Yeah, obviously very windy this ground, as you see on a lot of the European Cricket Network streams, so playing with bails on, we almost play with bails on less than we play without them on, which is interesting. Cam's just moving his field around a little bit, moving a bit off, a bit wider. Interesting, we'll see if he spins it in. Packard finds that gap, should get 2, another easy 2 here. Shanojan out in the deep, keeps it to 2. Score moves on to 9. Steady going. Goes big. Shot. Very good shot from Packard. Effortless. Just picks up off a length. Hand speed comes through. Goes for 6. Very good shot from Packard. One ball to come, I think, in this over, yeah. Cut through the offside, straight to point. No run. Bradley Holt there. Get it into the keeper. Keeps it to 1. End of the over. And by my calculations, it is 15 for none off 2. Apologies for the on-screen graphics, just score is 15 for 1, just change it very quickly. Let's see, Gow's with a second over. The array has only faced 2 balls. So let's see how he goes. He wants to get himself in. Likes to go over cover a little bit, big gap. Pushes into cover. Guest commentator with me, Sam Othbodo. I've roped him in. How are we, Sam? Bowled well today? Bowled well today?
I can't read a few words.
That's fine.
Thank you, it was coming really nice.
Very good.
Felt good.
That's all that matters. Shot. Should just be a simple one. Out to, I believe that is Ian Latine, gliding around at long off. No, look good. Couple of slow balls.
Got 2 slow balls, it's always good.
Yeah. Touch them out a little bit. Love to see it. Yeah. All looking good ahead of Germany. You're bowling well. Jib's first ever fifer.
Looking forward to Germany now.
Very good.
Probably because of the fifer.
Always good to pick up some wickets there.
Yeah.
Now keep taking poles. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Got a good squad going over. Just take wickets at regular interval. I think our batting's pretty good. So, good.
With the bat.
Looking good. Niall Garrett just walking past us, dropped an easy catch earlier. Got the yips. Oh, Packard taking liberties early on. Goes for the scoop, gets it over straight over the keeper's head for 4. God. Charlie Packard. So good to watch in full flow, and even not in full flow. Very, very nice. Just looks so easy. Makes batting look so easy. Doesn't make catching look easy, but makes batting look easy. Very good. At least they went off your bowling. That's fine. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt with the sun as well. Not easy at cover. Shot! That is so good. Just lifted over cover. Very good from Packard, picking up Gow's length now. Gow's pitches up and anything up is away. I think there's a bit of wind going towards that direction as well, so it's really simple. New ball being requested by the standing umpire Richard Cunningham. Unfortunately, that's not my job. Someone is going to supply him with that though. Charlie Packard goes over cover into the car park. Easy every day. Well, sitting next to me, how did you find that performance from your team? First of all, I'll say. Happens to the best of us. Is what it is though. Return to action, ball back in hand. Keep some on. Oh, it's death touch from Packard. Kalen at short third man, doesn't read it. It's another boundary. Yep, at the end of the over. Already the Vikings running away with it. 3 overs down. 30 for none the score. Quite a different start to what the Giants had. Hopkins, best pleased with his bowling performance. So it cover, as you can see now. You can't because the scoreboard's in the way. Take your time, scoreboard. As you can see there, good opening partnership. Packard's taken obviously most of it, but still, Andy Reyes there, can definitely bat. Just needs to get himself in, have a bit of time in the middle. Don't believe Andy Reyes was available for Germany. Been playing very well recently, as I mentioned earlier. Done well for Gibraltar, been bowling well, had a couple of chances up the order with the bat. So he'll feel disappointed to miss out, but no doubt that he'll be around for a few years longer, hopefully. It's Kabir Mirpuri back into the attack. Beats Reyes on the outside. Rather optimistic appeal. Don't think Reyes lifted his foot at all. Hands on heads at square leg. Potentially thought it was out. I don't think so. Have a look at the field here. Long off and a sweeper for Cabs. Needs to just be mindful of who that sweeper is on the offside, because anything that goes out there, because he's standing all around the rope, it will be an easy two. Quite a long side of the ground out there, so I'd probably get the sweeper to come in 10 steps, but minor details, fixating on the little bits. Reyes tries to go big. Oh, it's misfielded by Kalen Jackson at short third man. For 4. Outside edge, goes past him. Almost went straight through him, really. Was caught in 2 minds whether to go for the catch or just to stop the boundary. As Cavs making a change in the field now, brings a man over. Apologies again if I go silent, just dealing with the scoreboard. Multitasking tonight.
Wearing a rugby top.
Yep, indeed. Cabs in for his 3rd ball the over. Reyes goes big, very big, out the ground, into the house. 2 balls out the ground already in this Viking innings. Very good from Andy Reyes.
Here!
Lovely 6 there from Andy Reyes. Big over, long off. Obviously has to clear in the team. A very safe pair of hands, even with the sun in his eyes. Would catch him to back anything. Would back him to catch anything in that position.
Not bad.
Oops. Couple of spectators at the ground.
Is one of them the deep covers?
Yep. One of them currently in the play park, probably retrieving the ball that Packard hit. Cabs in for his next ball, rocked back. Should only be one. That's how well Andy's hit it to that sweeper I was talking about earlier. And it is just one. Could take one for the arm, but why bother?
Take one.
Yeah, I don't see too many complications in this chase for the Vikings, unless something goes tragically wrong. Shot. Packard again over cover, just Cabs putting it up there. Bit too full. Player of Packard's quality. He's able to just go over the offside pretty easily. Not too difficult of a shot if you've got the range that he does. So another 6 to the total. The Vikings are running away with it. Last ball the over. Go again. Nope. Blocks into cover. Gowes has a go at the bowler's end. Misses, but I think Packard was safely home. As the end of the over comes, after 4, it is 48 for none. Vikings are enjoying life right now. Who's on next? Ben Wood, the next bowler on.
They had a proper 30 minutes work. I would be crying if you hit that one. No, the first one actually came up from the back. Cab's one was a bit still to the side, but it was like proper from the back. And Cab goes to me and like, he was like, I judged it. I'm like, yeah, clearly. What is this? Oh, yes.
Ben Wood in for his first ball this over. Respectfully played, so well timed from Packard. Could get 3 here. Don't think it's going to make it to the rope, and Gowers is ambling after it. As they do get back for 3. It's just a punch into the offside, it's so well timed. This 50 up for the Vikings already. This is looking like a pretty quick chase, which is exactly what was needed. Obviously Thursday evening here, everyone back to work tomorrow morning, so quick game. Obviously Giants won't like it, but the Vikings will be elated. Reyes pulls into the leg side, finds the gap actually. Will it go on this new AstroTurf? No. Absolutely no chance. They'll come back for 2. Kalen Jackson with the mopping up. Let's have a look at the chat just while, obviously, a bit of a stale period now. The chat always looks very good for these games. You guys, flawless work again. Ben Wood in again. Oh, nearly caught and pulled just away from his left. There's Kabir Mirpuri. It's just holding the ball at long off for some reason. If I was the batsman, just to annoy him, I'd run. 54 on the board now, 54 for none. Considerably a better start than the Giants. I think they're about 44 for 5. Yeah, different game. Chalk and cheese, really. Packard knows that there's no one out of deep square. Picks a spot, goes over his square leg, and that is another boundary. Too good. Just playing the field as he wishes. There's a bit of his tennis practice coming in there, obviously. Been playing all of his tennis. Bit of a whip over square leg as the captain, Manav Nayak, comes up to join us. Who's, yeah, meant to bat. Shot. Absolutely pumped through extra cover. No chance for Cabs at long off. No chance for Gowes at cover. And that is another boundary. The Vikings are making light work of this.
1 minute for the Euro game.
Really?
Just a single straight through Ben Wood there.
My one to him was run. The one that hit my finger.
As that is the end of the over, I believe.
The one that hit my finger and went to the
Ah,
side.
okay, that one. I don't know. I have no idea.
100%. He was standing next to me.
15 off the over. Score moves on to 63
Thing is, if
for none off 5.
Who was the guy who was supposed to get out there?
Don't give me Sorry. Who was
No, about that.
Ben Wood. I got him out anyway.
I've gone from having one person in the commentary box to 5. This is good. well
Keeping you entertained.
occupied at the minute. As Ian the team comes on, this could go anywhere. Packard, this could well get a Packard out. This could go either way of the spectrum. Could go big, could be fantastic.
Son, please can hardline out now match clear. So if I come home afterwards, it's fine, no? So I'll come with you and change and then. You need to
In
get
for
my
his
bag.
first. Packard uses his feet, and it's large. It is large. Thought it went pretty high, but it went high and long.
That's bounced into Mumford's garden.
And that is 50 off 21 balls for Packard. So good from Charles Packard. Nothing new though. Scores runs for fun in this league.
Yeah, it's gone straight into the
Count the ball, boys!
one bounce in.
That's my top. That's what. Not his back. Is the performance.
Ian the
top.
team flighted. But Packard reads it well, comes down the track. Thought he hit it higher than long, but
Can you check the scope?
went pretty far in the end.
I want to see what.
Lands next to the
How
house.
about calculate score? Counts how many balls have gone on the wickets.
4.
Man of Night getting stuck into the Giants from here. Bit inconsiderate. Ian back in. Another full toss. That's another 6.
Oh, that's the roof.
Same result onto the roof.
And bounce into the road.
6.
Yeah, 12. Packard is flying again. All that tennis coming in handy.
I don't want to leave that field around the car park.
I think they've hit more balls outside than the amount of boundaries they've hit.
Out of which one was the wide?
Good front row seat for Andy Reyes at the non-striker's end. Just enjoying life really.
How many balls has Andy played? 3?
10,
Ah, I thought he played less.
the team. What's his response?
Oh.
Another flighted one. This could be... No, 6. Onto the roof again.
Roof and road.
That's 3 balls in a row that have gone onto the roof. This is just ridiculous.
Can we say a fielder?
This is massive.
You might as well bowl with no fielders.
How about we keep a fielder on the road, boys?
Not very nice from Man of Nayak here, just chirping the opposition team.
Or the general public. Being showered by
Don't
balls.
condone this. Hands on hips from the Giants. Can you blame them? They've scored 100 in their 17 odd overs, and the Med Vikings are on 81 for none off 5. So, not much you can do when you have a player of Packard's quality at the crease.
Keep going, Pac-Man. Come on, boy.
Trust me, we found out from first-hand experience in that first game, the opening game of the GPL. Another full toss, another 6 into the exact same place. This time
Ricochet.
This time off the light, the floodlight. And it's nearly come back and hit Kabir Mirpuri at long off. He wasn't looking, he was looking at the car park, but it pinged off the light and nearly hit him. As this is crazy. I can't keep up.
Here we go again.
Oh my lord. That's 5 in a row. All of them have gone out the ground. That's into Helen's house. That's hit the roof, hit the pipe, hit all sorts.
The swimming pool.
Yeah, the swimming pool. They will find a ball at the bottom of that pool now.
Nemo.
That one we cannot retrieve unless Helen's in the garden somewhere. Obviously Helen, while I can get the word in, Helen just came back from the Czech Republic with the ladies, did a very good job. Samoth Boda as coach, Samir Nayak and Avinash Pai as coach. They all did very well. Won the Central European Cup, I think it was. Yeah, so very good work from the whole team over there. All the women played very well.
You can't say that. I was the best 12th man in the women's tournament.
Having a bit of a...
I think even for Germany, you should stay 12th man.
I think so. I'd happily do that.
Apparently Rose's throw has gone viral.
Yeah.
That was the best moment of the tournament.
It was.
What, that Rosie's
Rosie
throw?
Riley's deep or hit the direct hit from deep square leg.
6 out of 6, Charlie. 6 out of 6, boy.
I thought the moment of the tournament was
Current run rate at 15.94. They're looking on track to chase this. Oh, it's well bowled from Ian.
You keep the strike.
Oof, yeah, well counted, Charlie. As it ends the over, end of the power play, 94 for none after the power play. It is an onslaught here at Europa Point.
Look at Andy.
Oh, bless him. Poor old Andy, he's getting his steps in today at least.
Luke, we might make it for the match.
No, it's already started.
That's fine. It's only 5 minutes in.
Seven to win.
Charlie Packard
How is it
on
7 to
strike,
win? 6
7 runs to win,
6
Someone
now?
messed it up.
101.
Should be 6 to win, but it's saying 7.
No, it's chasing 101.
Are we?
Yeah,
Because they scored
they
100.
scored 100.
100 plus 1.
2 hits away, Charlie. 2 hits away, boy.
Now we can forgive Charlie for his drop catches. Nah, let's not forgive him.
We still got the same wicket though, so it's fine.
Could have got earlier before 3 runs given. To be honest, would have been first ball wicket.
Oh,
Charlie Packard tries to go big, and the Illatines caught it. As I said, safest pair of hands, but made tough work of that one, but kept it in the end. Charlie Packard's gone. Wanted to finish it in 2 hits, 78 off 27. Absolute blinder of a knock. But it comes to an end.
The only person who could have caught that was Yanatin.
Exactly.
that's fitting, really. After getting smacked. Like
Is it a brilliant catch? Are
Yes.
you calling it? Yes, because it's a brilliant batsman who's caught it.
If it ended up in one hand, it has to be a brilliant catch, no matter how.
After 3.
So, Manav Nayak from the commentary box walking into bat at number 3. Needs to get the job done for his team. I would love to see.
Come on, Manav.
I'd love to see a Manav scoop the first ball.
Don't make me bat.
I'd look to
What are you for? No. Number 11. Me and 4.
When you say like you 4-5.
I don't even bat number 4.
Good numbers from Nayak. Top score of 86, not out, average of 65, healthy strike rate. Very good player, as you've seen today. Bowled well, captained well. Missed a chance at slip, or at least went straight through him.
It's so weird.
Yep.
Literally the bottom. Oh.
There you go.
Who was it that tails him?
Well, it's 7 to win now.
Who said tails him? 7 to win of 83?
I think this might be a tough chase for the Vikings from here on without Charlie Packard.
Love the trust in you for us, mate.
Obviously, as a Lathbury Lightning player myself, I'd love for Vikings to lose, but clearly it's just not happening tonight. I don't see it happening, as I've forgotten to give the batsman out on the scoreboard.
Don't lie, you like Vikings more than anything.
Nope.
You can't lie.
And it goes through for 1, should just be 1. Shanajan does the work.
You can't lie, Louis Bruce. You just said you like Vikings more than any other team. Even more than Lathbury. I heard that. The mic was off.
No, it's not.
That's just false news. But okay, we continue. 6 to win, 1 hit away. Andy Reyes, does he fancy it?
He's set as batter then.
Tries, jams off his leg into short fun leg, comes round, does the work.
I think
Another one.
just cooled down by the time Charles Packer was hitting 6s. Standing on the non-striker.
Obviously, comes down to this weekend. The Lathbury Lightning will have to beat the Med Vikings and go unbeaten to win the GPL. Manav goes to the leg side. Hasn't played on this new Astro yet, but understands that it does not go. There'll only be 1. Hit that quite well. But now obviously comes down to this weekend. If Lathbury stay unbeaten, which means beating the Vikings in the process, then they will go through and win the GPL and go to the ECL 2025. However, if the Lathbury Lightning lose any game from now until the end of the campaign, then it will be the Vikings as the Gibraltar representatives in the ECL 2025. So Andy Reyes tries to finish it in one ball. Should. Oh, they're taking him on. Great throw. Oh, wrong end. Thought he went bowler's end, that would have been good. As it is 2 to win in 79. This has been, I can't the superlative here. Take me a bit of time, but this has been very good from the Vikings, and it's been too good, you have to say. You could say that. Just one down the ground. As it is 1 to win, and there's not really any point of bringing fielders up. Yeah, the Giants don't have a chance to win this competition, so net run rate doesn't even come into it. It will just be the formality that Vikings win. And it will come down all to this weekend. Can the Dafabet Lightning hold out against the Med Vikings? Or will the Med Vikings play as well as they have today and bundle everyone out?
Coming for the Latvian, mate.
Make sure you join us this weekend. 4 games this weekend. Dafabet Lightning playing all 3 teams in the space of 2 days. It is just one up to the sweeper, and the Vikings have won the game and continue their dominance. Very clinical performance from the Vikings.
Thank you so much, commentator.
Thank you very much. Thank you everyone
We'll see
for
you.
watching.
We'll see you on Sunday
Yeah.
on the field.
Thank you very much for watching everyone. Charles Packard, unsurprisingly your man of the match. Played very well, took on Ian Latine in that over that he brought himself on. Went for 5 sixes. Went for 31. And that really just broke the game, broke the whole back of the game. But thank you very much for watching. Make sure you join us this weekend for the GPL, for the conclusion of the GPL, I believe, as we see who will be progressing to the 2025 European Cricket League. Thank you for watching. Good night.